Hello friends, and welcome to the de-stashing video of October. This is the first time you're watching one of these de-stashing videos. Hi, my name is Karlijn. I am a crocheter and knitter, and at the beginning of the year I felt very overwhelmed with the amount of yarn that I had, and so I went on a little journey to de-stash. So if that's something you're interested in, then I have a playlist on my YouTube channel you can click on, and you can watch all the way from the beginning of the year till now, in October, which is this video. So yeah, you can do that, or you can just watch this video without having seen the other ones. That's totally fine too, whatever floats your boat. Yeah, I guess that's it. Enjoy. So I feel like I haven't actually properly explained what my plan is for my blanket. So I added a couple more squares since the last time you saw it. I know it probably doesn't look like that, but I did. And so my plan right now is to basically square it off. So I have these here. I have to see, I think this one is an extra one, so I can take this one off and then square it off like that, and then call it a blanket. And then whenever I feel like it, I can work it out in strips. But once I finish the block, right, once I block it off here, the length is achieved, and it's like the width of a one-person blanket, and so I'm gonna call it a finished object once it's actually the shape of a blanket. And then maybe I will build on it, like add more rows of squares after that, but I don't think I will. I do still have quite a lot of yarn left over, so I think that's just gonna be part of my stash for over the years. If I do want to make squares, I can make squares and then eventually attach them to the blanket. You know what? I think once it's a one-person blanket, I'm just gonna say that it's finished, and then the yarn that's left over, I will plan other projects with, I think. But I'm not entirely sure about that yet. This is not a drill. I only need to make 12 more squares and the blanket will be a rectangle. Okay, so I've been working on my blanket for the past couple days. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more squares to make it a one-person square blanket, or rectangle, I suppose. But and this is kind of embarrassing, but I would love this blanket to be the king size blanket it was meant to be. And do I want to do it? No. But do I really want that blanket? Yes. And so will I commit to making it a two-person blanket? I'm afraid I will. So 6 more squares to finish the blanket as a one-person blanket. I think I'm gonna count the yarn out after that. So if I finish those 6 squares, I'm gonna get this blanket out of stash, all the yarn that's in this blanket, and then from now on I'll just, every month I just take out yarn for this blanket when I use it, because again, it's going to be a very long project, and I know that if I don't do that, I do not have as much motivation to work. So if I work on it next month, for example, I will just count the yarn that I used in that month specifically and just count it out of stash immediately. Because if I don't, the motivation will not be there, and it's going to be a very slow project. And now this might help me to kind of stay motivated to work on it. So that's the plan. I am very excited about how it's looking though. There's a cat on it. Please. It's so good. I'm really happy with how it's turning out. But I put it on my bed. I made the mistake of putting it on my bed. And I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. But it just doesn't, like, I have a king size bed. So I need a king size blanket. And this is not a king size blanket yet. And that's the mistake that I made. So now I am committing to making it a king size blanket. So a friend of mine sent me a video of a cat hat scarf situation that they really wanted, and they don't crochet, so I was like, you know what, I do. So I'm making them a cat hat slash scarf. It looks ridiculous. It was a very like impulsive decision to make this, but I had this yarn, and if you follow me for a little longer, you know that this yarn I just couldn't find a good project with, mainly because I already frogged it a couple of times, so the fluff was less, which is why I now have to hold it double, which is fine, but yeah, it is what it is. It was yarn I couldn't figure out what to do with, and then they sent me the video of something that they wanted, and it was fluffy, and I was like, you know what, that could work. So I am working on that now. I am like basically finished. I just need to finish this side, the scarf, and then I'm done. And this marks the start of my gift making journey. So I don't think they are watching this, but if they are, surprise. It looks really silly when it's like not on, but it's cute. I did not buy a pattern for this, but I think if you want to make this as well, a creator on Instagram has something similar, and I will link that pattern below, so if you want to make it, you can. My blanket, I've been kind of using it already. Here's the thing, right? I decided I do want it to be a king size blanket, and I made it rectangular so I can use it now. It's as finished as it can be without being finished, you know. And I started on the extra section. So there are 2 more panels that need to go on each side of the blanket, and I'm working on one of them right now. Okay, so this is what I have done so far. And I actually really like doing it in like these smaller kind of panels, because now you can actually tell what I'm doing, like the progress I made. So this is all new since this month, since I finished this blanket. She's also been enjoying this blanket a lot. Look at that face. What are you doing? I just realized I haven't shown you this project at all yet, and it's finished. So here's the thing, right? I have a lot of yarn and a lot of quantities that are like hat slash scarf slash gloves kind of quantity, just not enough to make a full project with. So what I decided to do, Christmas is here before you know it. So ask my friends if for no particular reason, if they have ever wanted something knitted or crocheted, they should text me. for no particular reason, of course. And they did. So the cat hat I showed you earlier in this video was one of them, and then another friend wanted a hat, and their favorite colors were lilac and brown, so I'll make them this hat. Here's the thing. I would have loved to make the ribbing a little longer, but you know, I was afraid of running out of yarn, and then I ran out of yarn, out of the brown yarn at the very end. Let me see if I can find it. Here, it's missing. It's missing part of the petal here. But here's the thing. Would I've loved to actually be able to finish it? Yes. But also, who's gonna know? Nobody's gonna know. This is the yarn I've left over. The brown obviously is all gone. This was 50 grams. It is now probably 20, maybe 15 left. So that would be 20 plus, can't do math, about 50 grams gone. So I'm excited. I think it's fun. I'm gonna block it now. Don't know why I haven't shown you until now, but here it is. I did it again. I finished the project without showing you first, or like anything of the process, but I mean, it's a very small project. So this is it. You're like, what is it? So it's a pouch to put your wired earphones in. I don't have those anymore because I'm bougie like that. No. My friend still has the wired earbuds, and they like wanted a pouch for them, so I made this. I think it's cute. This probably used like 10 grams max. Very easy, very fast, very cute. And I do think I want to make something more for them, because this is basically nothing. But I still have to figure out what I want to add. I'm not sure yet. I'm still thinking about it. Alright, so yesterday and today I started making some more crochet squares for my blanket, and I think I talked to y'all about this before, but the orange in my blanket is only full squares and no half squares, and so I figured I would make those so the yarn that's left over can already be set aside, if that makes sense. And so I focused on making orange squares, and well, it doesn't look, these are 28 orange squares, and then I also made all the solid green ones that I needed, and all the solid red ones, all the solid beige ones, and then I started on some solid like white ones, or like cream, I guess. It's not really white. I haven't made all of them yet because I need a ridiculous amount of white, like solid squares. And the white is also in some of the half squares. So, and I'm not, honestly not 100% sure that I have enough white yarn, but I did make some, and then I also started on the half squares. So I have a lot of squares that needs to be attached. This is the new kind of blanket progress. And I mean, some of these can already be attached, but I think I want to focus on making squares for now and then attach them later. Kind of need to anyway, because I need to make some more half squares to be able to actually make this into a blanket and incorporate all of these. So yeah, that is what I was doing. Alright, let's talk numbers. So I finished 4 projects this month, including the quilt blanket, 1-person size edition. So I finished the blanket in the first size, so the smaller size, and as I said, I do want to make it bigger, but that will have to wait. I'm working on it. So for now, I call this a finished object, because if I don't, I feel like I'm gonna get demotivated, and I don't want that. So this blanket so far has taken up 1060 grams of yarn, and that is a good portion of yarn out of stash. I can't do math. Like 20? Is that 20 skeins? 20, no, 21. Somewhere around there. Listen, there's a reason I'm studying a language. Then I finished the cat snoody situation. It's in a gift bag right now, so I can't show you. And that one took up 123 grams, so about 2.5 skeins. And then the last project, well, the last project I have with me here, there's one more project, which was the earphone pouch I already gave away. That earphone pouch took up 7 grams, so, you know. The last project I have here to show you is the hat. So this is the hat that I made for my friend. I actually really liked how it turned out. And this one took up 47 grams in total. So it was, I think 35, I have this written down somewhere. 37 grams of the lilac and 10 grams of the brown yarn. So, very cute. This was a free pattern, by the way. I did add ribbing because the original one did not have a folded rim. And I like folded ribbing rims, so I added that. But for the rest of it, I just follow it. Well, not really, because the original has 3 colours, and I have to. But I mean, I did some editing, but I think you can figure it out if you want to follow it kind of like this. So yeah. Oh, again, always, if you didn't know, all my projects are always linked in the description. They'll go to the Ravelry page that I made for it, and then you can click on either the yarn or the pattern that I used. Those are all the projects I have to show you. In total, this month we used 1237 grams of yarn, which is really, really good. I mean, I guess we didn't use it all this month because obviously the blanket has been a long project, but you get what I mean. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. We went from 182 skeins of yarn to 157. I've been really enjoying making gifts because it's such a good way to like kind of clean up my stash in a way, while still being able to make things myself, but just not for myself, because sometimes I'm like, I don't need this. For example, that cat snooty is something I really enjoyed working on, but I would never have made for myself. So I think gift giving or gift making in that way is really, really nice. I think I will be making more gifts in the future. If you have any ideas on gifts ideas that I can make, do feel free to let me know, because I'm open for anything. So yeah, I think that's this video. If you like this video, then make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of me, you can follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. I haven't been very active on either of those platforms, but I'll get back to it. And yeah, subscribe, and I'll see you next month. Bye bye.